Golf News RI presents the Golf Dudes Podcast. Here are the dudes.
2, 1. And hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Golf Dudes Podcast. It's a late September Thursday, almost October. The seasons are getting going. Basketball, NBA season, NHL season, football obviously underway, and golf season is raging on. Although, admittedly, there is less and less to talk about, and content is becoming a little bit more hard to come by on any given day. Although, thankfully, we have Q School going on, so that's been saving us for a few weeks, and hopefully, will continue to save us for many more weeks if these kids keep advancing. So a few things to talk about. Admittedly, not a ton, but we'll get into some other sports as well. I have a big question for all of you, and that is, what's the difference between Mac Jones and Brian Hoyer? We'll discuss that. We also have the impending war between myself and my fiance Caitlin this coming Sunday night, in a game that seems like it's gonna be moved to Minnesota, apparently.
Isn't that? I text Scott. I was like, "Oh, so have fun in Minnesota this weekend." He goes, "Yeah, I can't believe it."
So, because apparently Ian is just destroying the entire state of Florida. So, there's that.
Yeah, the West Coast got smoked.
But before all of that, Rich, how you doing today, buddy boy?
Not bad. Looking forward to our afternoon round today, although it looks like it might be a tad chilly. Other than that, I'm happy to be playing today.
Yeah, that's for playing this afternoon. For me, well, obviously Thursday afternoon. For me, it'd be our practice round for the corporate member this week. This weekend, Friday, Saturday, so 27 holes a day. So that'll be fun.
I forgot. That's the one you're playing with your dad. Oh boy, that's right.
27 holes a day, baby.
27 holes a day. Oh boy.
But so there's that, and yeah, so looking forward to that. Whatever. Last few rounds of the year, I only have, after this week, I'll probably play a couple times with you or some other random rounds. But for the most part, this is kind of the last dance, as they say. So anyway, looking forward to getting out there and continuing the golf season as much as possible. Anyways, we should tell you that the Golf Dudes Podcast is presented by Link's Drinks. Link's Drinks is best known for their transfusion in a can. The transfusion is vodka, ginger ale, and grape juice, all mixed up into one refreshing beverage. Also, don't miss out on Link's Drinks' other two flavors, the front nine and the back nine. The front nine is orange juice. The back nine is cranberry juice. So check out Link's Drinks at liquor stores and country clubs near you. Again, they're in about 20 country clubs across the state of Rhode Island. So, or 20 golf courses, I guess, across the state of Rhode Island. So good for them. Locally, obviously, as I said, there's admittedly not a ton going on, but we do have some tournaments still going. Chris Francora is in Q School, the former URI star. He had a big round yesterday. It was 66, 6 under 66 to climb from.
Is that good?
It's pretty good. Yeah, it doesn't suck. Climb from tied for 42nd and outside the cut to tied for 7th and inside the cut. Obviously, there's still 2 days to go, including today. Try to make it to stage 2 of Q School. So that's been pretty intense to follow. And stage 2 starts next month in October 11th, I believe. And again, I'm not sure. It's unclear where these guys are playing. Well, Chris starts to advance, but not sure where Davis is playing at the moment, but we'll find that out. So we have that going on. Other local news: Patrick Welch making a PGA Tour start next week, in the Shriners Open. We just posted a video, or we embedded a video from Golf Channel. He was on Golf Channel yesterday afternoon doing an interview with Damon Hack, and I can't think of who the name of the girl was, but it was a pretty good interview. It was about a 7-minute video or so. So It was cool to see him on Golf Channel getting some national attention from his PGA Tour U stuff. He's currently ranked 11th in PGA Tour U. So yeah. So that's kind of the local stuff. Obviously, we'll have the results of the member this week at Kirkbride. The 17th hole at Kirkbride is going to be under construction very shortly, like probably starting now. So we'll have an update on that, and I have a kind of a story on that. It's interesting look at it. It's interesting to see what they do. Got to stay ahead of the game. So yeah, there's some of that stuff is coming up. I know, Rich, you've been following some of the PGA Tour and Live stuff. We had a email lynch bomb on Wednesday night.
What event are Live guys playing in this week? I just saw Live posted good luck to who's playing.
Isn't the Alfred Dunhill? Is that this week?
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. That's all right. Good call.
That might be
I
right.
was like, good luck to what? Like, what the hell's happening? Yeah, good call.
Is that their next tournament is next week, right?
Yeah, that's the one that's
the
in
Jeddah one.
Dubai, right? Or whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah, there's one in like Jeddah, there's one in like Turkey.
And then Miami.
Yeah. Then Miami's the big
three
team
left. Yeah.
So
all for nothing.
Yeah. It's certainly interesting. I don't know if this was what I was expecting it to be, like this battle, but it's certainly been fascinating to watch. And
I just my whole thing is just like I understand their money's endless, but like, how much money are they going to throw at this thing before it's like? I mean, I get it. It's a constant flow of cash, but like when's enough?
Well, especially with no money coming in.
No money coming in, and possibly paying people, paying what's it called? Paying a company to air their stuff. I mean, that's just, it's crazy. And sorry, we can get into that in the back end. Sorry.
No, it's kind of these shows at this time of year are kind of like a free for all, because there's only so many things to do or to talk about. But yeah, no, it's Liv is, according to Email Lynch, who we both like, is going to pay Fox Sports 1 to air their tournaments. For those that are curious, that's not usually how it works in the sports broadcasting world.
And that's crazy too, because if they pay to have their stuff on Fox, that means Liv still has to produce it.
Right.
Liv's going to have to produce it, send it to Fox. Fox is going to produce it, which is why Fox pays people, or Fox, all the things, pays people to carry their product, because they produce it and edit it and all that crap. But Liv has to still edit and all that, produce and all that. Mm-hmm. So it's a fantastic shit show, and I love it.
And then the other thing is too, if they're paying for airtime, are these tournaments going to air live? Is it going to air? I mean, I'm assuming they are, but I mean, who the hell knows? Well, depends on what the airtime Fox Sports 1 has available, I guess.
I mean, Fox FS1 has they have NASCAR in the first part of they have the first half of the NASCAR season. They have college football on Saturday. Sunday, FS1 really doesn't do anything, so they should be all right on Sunday. But yeah, who the hell knows?
So it will be interesting. It has been interesting to say the least, and it keeps going. I know Patrick Reed pulled his lawsuit late last night. Then he refiled it this morning with more people, and he's still asking for $750 million. Or is it $1 million or $1 billion from Golf Channel? Which I don't even know if Golf Channel is even worth that much money.
I mean, what are we doing here?
That nonsense is still going on. So yeah, it's certainly been interesting as we get into our offseason here in Rhode Island. There's still obviously golf stories to watch. The Triggs thing is still going on. We should know the bid winner in a few weeks. Thanks for following along our coverage of that again, and also keep doing our survey. We're getting more and more responses, so the data has been fascinating to say the least already. So that's kind of what we have going on here. We have some other projects. I'm going to be working with Michael Edwards of Shore Golf Performance on an off-season fitness video series that we're going to be running over the next few months. So I'm excited to do that. And Yeah, and then this survey thing is going to be a big thing. So a handful of things coming up as content wise for us, and obviously we'll be taking our yearly break from the podcast around Thanksgiving time, obviously, and then. Oh, technically, we don't have to take a break this year because now we tape the podcast, so we can just do the podcast on Thanksgiving morning and be done with it. I'm just kidding. I don't know, but yeah. So obviously, the holiday season coming up soon. So yeah. So that's kind of what we got. What's the good word at the King? Are you playing there?
Yeah, I played Sunday. Decent. I think what I shoot 85.
All
86,
right.
87, so somewhere in that 80, 86 area. I played the previous week, shot an 85. I know that. I'm playing Sunday, and then we got the Ryder Cup the following weekend. So that's going to be
Yes,
fun.
we'll
I
have
think
coverage.
we're home Saturday, away Sunday. Kind of sucks because it was supposed to be opposite, but they held a tournament on Saturday, so we kind of got screwed. We were supposed to be home the last day, but I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, maybe we'll definitely have coverage of that Ryder Cup as well. As you cover the Kirkby Alpine Ryder Cup, we'll cover the Kings Crossing Ryder Cup. Maybe I'll even caddy. You never know. So that's coming up in 2 weeks. That's something to look forward to for you guys. So now when we play today, and of course we're taping this podcast in advance, the chances of you parring or birdieing the first hole today are what? You always do. It's 100%.
Well, yeah, I went par birdie 7. No,
Yeah.
par birdie 8 or par birdie 7
No,
on
birdie.
the first 3 holes last year.
You went birdie par 7.
No, I parred 2. I mean, I birdied 2. I parred 1, I birdied 2, and I think I doubled 3, doubled 4. Yeah. I'm gonna go par. I mean, I play one well.
That's what I'm saying.
I usually hit the fairway. I usually hit the fairway. If I don't hit the fairway, I'm in a good spot to put it close. And I make putts. I make putts on one for some reason, and that's one of the craziest back to front sloping greens on the property. So, I'll say I make par. There's a good shot at make par. On for birdie and make par, probably, I would think.
Yeah, one is usually.
Oh no, you are right. I did birdie one. I went birdie.
Putt.
I went birdie par, and then I made the uphill putt on 2. You're right.
Yeah, you made that long putt.
I made birdie from like in between the sand trap and the grass, like right on the line.
Yeah.
The
Well,
borderline sandy birdie.
My weather says it's going to be 66 degrees today. That's not bad.
Well, I'm gonna wear shorts and bring pants. Yeah, I'll wear shorts and bring pants. I mean, if I have to change in between nines, I will.
Yeah. So far it was.
I just so much more comfortable in shorts.
Yeah, not me. Saturday's gonna be 80% chance of rain, which is not great.
Is it 80 now? Fuck.
So that's not great.
Yeah, that showed up out of nowhere too. It was 30 and 30 for Saturday and Sunday, and now it's 80. Jesus.
So, but who knows where the 80,
oh yeah,
it's so funny. They say that 80% chance of rain, but they don't tell you when the 80% chance of rain is coming.
It could be overnight. It could be early in the morning. It could be late at night. Like yeah.
So
it's so funny.
Yeah, so you could never really know. It's hard to tell what exactly is going on, but then mid 60s next week or into 50s.
Yeah, it's gonna get a little chilly.
It's gonna get chilly. The season is ending, unfortunately. But it was certainly been a fun year. What of all the things, and as you always admit, you're not as involved with it. But
yeah.
Other things we've done of the stories we covered, or the whatever we did, what's been your favorite? Was it going to live golf? Was that the highlight of your?
Yeah, that was fun. That was fun. I'm thinking about. I'm actually. Yeah, that was the field trip highlight. That was something we physically could go to. I'm liking the survey you put out. I can't wait to see what the results of that are when we finally do take it down. Yeah, those are the two things. I'm really interested in people's opinions on what they use and how the handicap system's used and all that.
Yeah, it should be.
You know what I was just thinking. Speaking of the cold weather, I feel like we just played Plymouth like 2 months ago. Is that weird?
Oh yeah, in
like speaking of nasty cold wind. Oh, I feel like we did that just happened like a month or two ago.
Ugh. Yeah, that was. I mean, obviously it was great. You know, it was. You didn't have a ton. You didn't have a ton of fun with that, but
it was freezing. It was so cold, and I'm never cold.
It was freezing.
But yeah. That was fun. That could be a highlight. I just wish it was warmer. And that
when I played 2 years ago, it was significantly warmer.
Yeah.
So I don't know what happened last year. That was brutal for sure.
Yeah.
So otherwise, it would have been a ton of fun. Yeah. So yeah, that's things that we have going on. Thanks to everybody for following along. We are continuing to build our following, and just do all different things. Obviously the highlight for me was the U.S. Open. Not to continue to rub it in your face, but that was obviously the highlight. But it's also been fun to cover these other big stories as Rich disappears. I was
in the background.
Rich has got his new green screen, so now he fades in and out once in a while.
No, I'm just looking at this path of where the storm's supposed to go after Florida.
I guess Florida is going to be.
Yeah, I guess Georgia's going to get crushed with whatever it is. It's down to a tropical storm now.
North Carolina and South Carolina are in a state of emergency, right?
Yep. Well, I mean, it's supposed to. It looks like it's going to hook. It's going to hook around Jacksonville and go up through South Carolina and Georgia, but.
Well, it's crazy.
It's a tropical storm now, but it's still bringing a crap ton of rain and wind.
What's crazy was I was watching some of the coverage yesterday because we had it on at the bar at the club, of course, because might as well watch the Weather Channel.
It's always on. That's right.
In the middle of the afternoon, right? I was having lunch. I played with Michael Edwards of Shore Golf Performance. Took him out again. At like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, the winds were at 155 miles an hour.
Isn't that insane?
And then at night, we were having dinner, and the Weather Channel, of course, was still on, and the wind was at 100.
And you were still there.
I'm still there. Shocking to everyone. And the wind was at 100 miles an hour.
Isn't that crazy?
So I said jokingly to our good friend Daniel, I said, how far left, if it was a 155 mile an hour left to right wind, how far left would you have to play your tee shot for the ball to end up in the fairway?
I don't even think
it
wouldn't. It would end up behind you. Yeah, it would. You would have negative yards because it'd be behind you. I think the limit's got to be. The limit for a ball to make forward progress, a golf ball to make forward progress, can't be that high.
It's impossible.
It's got to be like 50 or 60 miles an hour, maybe, right? 70, give or take.
Yeah. As soon as you launch that thing in the air,
maybe it's closer to 100, but I feel like 60 or like 70, 75 would be like the limit for a golf ball to make forward progress. You know what I mean?
I mean, 155.
That's a good question, though. Huh.
It's funny. This is funny to think about.
No, I know.
I mean, it's just
legitimately, it'll probably go 200 yards backwards.
You have to tee it up.
You tee it up, you hit it, and it goes 300 backwards.
If the ball even stays on the tee, you might even.
Oh yeah, you might. Yeah, no, you might have to throw it. You might have to throw it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
But it's funny things like that you think about. And then Brad Faxon posted a video on Twitter.
You see the guy, the water skiing through the canal with the golf cart. That was awesome. Yeah.
Anyway,
did you see Cantori get hit by the tree branch in the middle of the street?
No,
he was legitimately into the wind like this. I mean, he had to be probably like 4 feet off the ground, like parallel as the wind. He was like into the wind, and it was smashing him. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, a tree branch comes flying by and takes him out at the legs. It was hysterical. He didn't get hurt or anything, but it was hysterical.
Yeah, is that why they're all wearing baseball helmets?
Yeah. So they don't get smashed by like traffic signs and rocks and crap.
It's funny. Everyone watches these crazy weather people. Like, how can they be doing this? Isn't there a better way to cover like these storms? But I'm like, these people live for this shit. Like, this is like their Super Bowl. This is like their.
I was watching. The hell was I watching last night? I think I was watching Hannity last night, or it was Tucker Carlson, one or the other. And Fox made like a weather beast. It's like an F-350 Supermax truck that's like indestructible and super heavy. Thing's an absolute monster. I think it can weather any storm. It's absolutely crazy.
Yeah, I mean, those guys live for that. They're probably having fun. I mean, I don't know how.
Oh yeah. Well, they chase it. They chase it.
Blast. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Look at this. Barstool Sports 9 minutes ago. Matt Barnes now suggests that Ime Udoka will be lucky to ever coach the NBA again, given how serious the situation is.
Yeah, he said it. Matt Barnes said it was pretty bad.
Ooh,
It'll all come out eventually.
Yikes.
But good luck to our guy Joe Mazzulla.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool to have a Rhode Islander coaching the Celtics. Really a Rhode Islander coaching anywhere, to be honest with
Hendrick and Grad
coaching. So we have Joe Mazzulla coaching the Celtics. We have David Quinn coaching the San Jose Sharks. The other guy.
Oh, that's right. He went to San Jose. That's right.
Oh, is it Hines that coaches the Devils or something? That's from Rhode Island.
Yeah.
Something like that. So we have
Dude, what the hell did he freaking do?
So
this is crazy. I'm still thoroughly invested in this situation, by the way.
It'll come out eventually. TMZ is all.
I want this. I want to hear what happened so bad.
It'll come out. TMZ is on it. They'll get it. I bet you they're the first ones to get it.
Did they actually sign Larinaga to the coaching staff?
No.
That'd be big for Missoula.
Yeah, but they said,
"Yo, this is crazy. I want to know so bad, and I don't even like basketball."
Yeah, but now it's gonna keep you watching.
Jeez.
So let's.
That's probably part of it too. Yeah, they want people to stay invested.
No, TMZ is gonna get the story. They'll get it.
Yeah, of course.
It'll come out at some point.
12 minutes ago, Golf Digest. The PGA Tour has accused LIV of inducing Mickelson and DeChambeau to recruit fellow tour members.
Ooh, they were induced.
PGA Tour countersues LIV Golf, alleging interference with tour golfers' contracts. This is crazy. It's not really crazy. It's not crazy. We knew about it already, but
it's legal season.
Yeah. Right. Golf ends, and now the legal crap begins.
Yeah. So. Yeah, exactly. So let's do this. Let's take a quick commercial break, and then we'll come back. We'll do some PGA Tour LIV kind of wrap up because it's kind of continues to be chaotic. And then we'll hit on some other quick sports. We'll do a jump around the various sports leagues, and that will be it. This is the Golf Dudes Podcast. Talk to you in a minute. Billy Andre joins the show. Billy, thanks so much for doing this, and we appreciate you taking the time.
Well, thank you. Thanks for having me. I'm excited.
I'm very excited to be joined by an 11-time Emmy Award winner, and that is Armin Katayan.
Massachusetts Women's Amateur Champion Allison Paik.
The days of the country club just being golf and maybe one amenity are gone. Unfortunately, Metacomet doesn't have those.
He has a very rare condition called kyphoscoliotic Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, And at the time of diagnosis, there was only 60 documented cases in the world.
I mean, we legitimately played the last 4 holes at Newport National. You could not see 50 yards.
And welcome back to another episode of the Golf Dudes podcast on this fine September Thursday as we get ready for the weekend. We talked about a lot. We kind of been all over the place, but that's kind of this time of year. So we talked about pretty much everything from Q school to college golf to PGA Tour and their ongoing battle and seemingly never-ending battle with Liv. And it's just hard to see how or where this is going to end. Now they're all like suing each other. So maybe they should all just stop suing each other and conversations can happen, but they're not going to have a conversation until these lawsuits are done. So we have Patrick Welch making a PGA Tour start next week, which is really exciting. We'll obviously have coverage of that as much as possible. And all kinds of stuff going on. And by the way, speaking of Patrick Welch, because we had a story over the weekend, I think, whatever it was. How about he shot a 59 with a hole-in-one on the 15th?
It's pretty good.
59.
Pretty good.
He's like 25 years old.
Not bad.
And the putt he made to shoot for now was like a 40-foot like bend for a bird that he had to have. So it's crazy. So anyway, good for him. It was just pretty cool to watch some of the video highlights and see that, because 59 is like obviously a sacred number in golf, and for him to do it was pretty neat. So shout out to him, and obviously we wish him luck next week. It'll be fun to watch. Hopefully they'll give him some TV time. It's gonna be on Golf Channel. Who knows? I can't imagine the field is too loaded. But I mean, I think for him, like I was thinking about this the other day, and not that and this will be a focus for next week, but I would think for him, if obviously he plays well, but I would think making the cut would be a major accomplishment. Like what?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like when you think about what expectations are, or what what equals success, I would say, I mean, if he were to make the cut, and which is probably, I mean, again, I don't imagine the field is like super loaded.
Yeah. But still, it's still like the top golfers in the country.
Yeah, it's still the PGA Tour. So I think that, and who knows what it's gonna look like, and I'm sure he's not necessarily thinking about that, but if he makes the cut, that'd be a tremendous accomplishment.
Absolutely.
But that's coming up next week, Thursday to obviously Sunday, and obviously we'll have coverage of that as much as possible leading up to it and during the tournament. Again, hopefully he has some TV, get some TV time somewhere. That way they'll, that'd be neat to see him on TV. But anyway, so there's that. Your thoughts as we your thoughts on the President's Cup. Obviously, I wrote a little bit about it. It wasn't anything too crazy, but your final thoughts on the President's Cup. Was it more exciting than you thought it was going to be? Did you find it boring? I mean, obviously we knew the U.S. was going to win, but what your President's Cup thoughts as we wrap up that tournament?
My number one thought is Tom Kim's a stud. He is a 20-year-old phenom who is going to piss the U.S. off to no end in the coming years.
We had this conversation on Facebook during the tournament, because you were mostly watching. I was flipping all over the place between that and I think football and whatever.
Oh, I think I watched more golf on Sunday than I did.
I didn't understand why the internationals buried him in the singles. Like
that doesn't make makes zero sense. It makes zero sense.
Did that. I mean, not that means they would have won if they put him up front, but he was on fire. He was that whole team. He was that team's heart and soul. So I didn't understand why they did that, but that's why they had the internationals, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, other than that, it was pretty much.
Yeah.
I kind of like JT getting beat on Sunday. That was nice. From a not from a US perspective, but like from like a fan perspective. Trying to think of what else. I wasn't all that surprised that it was that close going into Sunday, because I worked Saturday. Actually, I worked a double Saturday, so I didn't watch anything
I mean, the U.S. was 2 putts away from pretty much like ending.
That's
ending
what
on
I mean.
Sunday
And
night.
so I get out of work. I get out of
I mean,
my
I was
I get
like-
out of my first shift on Saturday. I look at the PGA app, and I'm like, holy shit! It's 11-7. I'm like, what is happening? Tomorrow's going to be freaking fantastic.
Yeah,
And
I mean,
there was just, the U.S. just has too many people. But I'm excited for the future international teams, especially given the fact that we're not coming to a live situation anytime soon with any of this, especially with the President's Cup being an actual PGA event. So,
Mhm.
the internationals have some hopefuls, and Immelman's a good coach too. So, we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, I thought the President's Cup was more interesting than I thought it was going to be, because even though the U.S. was way up, like I felt like watching the matches, like the matches were all close. It's not like the U.S. was winning every match like 6-5 or something. Like there are a couple blowouts, obviously, but like the matches in and of themselves were pretty close, and it came down to the last few holes for the most part. So I thought it was entertaining. Obviously, Sunday was more exciting than I thought it was going to be. Because I literally thought there was a time where I literally thought the thing was going to be over on Saturday night. Like there was a real chance it was over on Saturday
I
night.
couldn't believe that when I pulled up the app. I'm like, holy crap! It's 11-7. Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah. So I thought it was better than what I expected it to be. So credit to them. I also kind of like how they do the picks, how the two captains get in a room and they go back and forth and pick the matchups. I know that people like the Ryder Cup way, where it's kind of luck and you kind of get the stuff, but
Yeah, it's a draw.
I kind of like the strategy side of watching the captains and their assistants kind of go back and forth and set up the matches that way. I think that's kind of neat. So I always kind of found that cool, because you have to pick, like if they're setting out Tom Kim, who do you want to match Tom?
Who do you want? Yeah, who
You know,
plays? Who do you think would play well against him?
If the U.S. is trying to front load, which they did, the internationals have to front load to the best they can, and they didn't for some reason. Like I said, I don't understand why Tom Kim wasn't.
They freaking buried him. It was what, third to last match? Like everything was pretty much said and done by the time he teed off.
He was the 10th match, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. So I didn't really understand that. But overall, obviously, it was a fun event, and obviously the U.S. won. But now they're on to the Ryder Cup, so that'll be bigger.
I didn't know the Patriots worked out Randy Moss's kid on Monday.
Yeah, that is former Lincoln High School player. Believe it or not.
The freaking thing's like 3 days old. The article's 3 days.
The Patriots are looking for a spark. Maybe Thaddeus Moss can turn into Randy Moss.
Maybe. I mean,
yeah, but when I covered high school sports, when my first job out of college, Thaddeus Moss played for Lincoln High School, and we used to go to the games, and there used to be room. We never saw.
Oh yeah, because he lived in Lincoln. That, right. Yeah, that makes sense.
Right. Because Randy had just finished playing for the Patriots, whatever. He still had a house in Lincoln. And people used to say that Randy used to sit in the parking lot. I don't know if you're familiar with Lincoln High School football field, but there's a big hill, and there's a parking lot on top, and you walk down the hill to go to the field. So people used to say that Randy would sit in his all tinted windows truck, like you can't see.
Yeah.
He used to sit in the parking lot and watch all the games. So whenever
that's awesome.
Used to go there to cover a Lincoln game, I always used to just take a gander.
Look to see which truck is tinted.
You would never know. I mean, it was totally impossible to tell. But it was one of those things. People used to say used to do that. So who the hell knows? No one's ever saw him or whatever. But Thaddeus Moss played for Lincoln High School for one season. I think he played quarterback. I think he played receiver. He played like tight end.
He played quarterback and receiver at the same time. He used to throw the ball to himself.
He pretty much was a one-man wrecking machine. But yeah, so I guess it's kind of neat. I guess a slight Rhode Island connection, a very slight, but still counts. All right, as we let's jump around a little bit here.
I am taking the Patriots with the points, by the way.
You're taking they're giving 10.5, right?
Still taking them.
That's the biggest underdog they've been since Brian Hoyer's last start.
Because like you said, what's the difference between Brian Hoyer and Mac Jones?
What is it?
Absolutely nothing.
There's no difference. They're the same.
Absolutely nothing.
And Mac Jones,
and I'm banking on the Patriots. The Patriots defense is the same. It's good. And Aaron Rodgers doesn't have anybody to throw to. So I think the Pats cover.
yeah. That would be. I mean, I imagine if they win, they pull a win out of their butt.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, given what I just said. Yeah. That game against Tampa last week was a shit show.
Yeah.
For both sides. You know, it's crazy.
Yeah, it should be interesting, I guess. I mean, if you're looking at it historically, this probably could be Belichick's last trip to Lambeau. For people that are into that stuff. And maybe the last Aaron Rodgers versus Belichick. For whatever that's
Pat McAfee's an idiot.
Why?
He's so funny. He just the way he carries himself. He's so stupid.
Oh, if you were getting paid millions of dollars to carry yourself like an idiot, you would too.
No, he's always been a retard, but
I'm sure. It's working for him. Don't hate the player.
Don't hate the player, hate the game. Yep.
It's working for him. It's fun. It's incredible to see the career being a punter. But
so Pat's in Green Bay. Then you got Kansas City and Tampa
in Minnesota.
From Minnesota. I just saw something that they put up there. They're trying their best to keep the game in Tampa. I was like, nobody's going to want to go, or nobody's going to be able to go, even if the stadium's intact or like the building's intact. Like nobody's going to be able to go because their house just floated away. Like
literally floated away.
Fly to Minnesota, sell $10 tickets, and sell the place out for people that have never seen Brady before. You know what I mean? Or a matchup like that before.
There was great. They were saying I was listening to Sports Talk Radio. Admittedly, not that much, but I think it was Tuesday. Whatever it was, they were saying that what they should have done was had the game in Michigan and had Tom Brady play in the Big House in his final season. That would have been something.
Yeah, that might have been a missed opportunity, huh?
The guys were like, what a marketing miss by the NFL to do. Like now you're gonna play the game in Minnesota.
Yeah, now that you think about it, yeah.
That would have been something. Tom Brady returns to the Big House to play one more game against Mahomes, and that whole thing. So kind of a marketing miss there by the NFL. In other news, I hear from my hockey sources that your New York Rangers and my New York Rangers. Well, those
are your New York Rangers.
Yeah, that the New York Rangers are practicing at URI this week. So I may be going to watch practice on October 3rd and 4th at Boss Arena at URI. So
why? They're playing. Are they playing Saturday?
I don't know. Last year they came to they practiced at URI too. It's just as a team, kind of a team trip. They're playing tonight, preseason, obviously. And then I guess they're taking a team trip to Rhode Island, and then I practice at Boss Arena.
What a uplifting trip. Let's go to Rhode Island. Let's go to a state school, baby. Let's go, a state facility. Ugh.
Maybe Providence College wasn't available. maybe PC wasn't available. But yeah, that's the word on the street. So I'm waiting to get confirmation from certain hockey sources, and perhaps I will be in the arena. So
that's pretty cool.
Yeah. And then in other news, there really isn't that much news going on. We have PC basketball season getting started on November 6th, baby. Let's go. The PC
that's the one at Mohegan?
No, the November 6th at the Dunk. The Mohegan one's November 19th. This is Saturday against Miami. So probably be going to that. The PC URI game is set for December 3rd at URI.
At URI.
Yeah, 5 p.m. on December 3rd, and it's actually going to be broadcast on ESPNU, which is pretty cool.
Whoa!
Moving
on up.
There's been years in the past where it's been broadcast on ESPN and CBS and stuff. Not like CBS National, but CBS Sports Network or whatever. So it's kind of neat that it's fun that it gets some attention. It's kind of our Duke North Carolina rivalry type of thing. Obviously not to that scale, but similar. So yeah, that's exciting. And then other than that, I'm excited to play golf this weekend in this tournament. Kind of get the competitive juices flowing a little bit. It's 18 holes. So here's the format this week.
I was just gonna ask you that.
You can weigh in because I mean, I already talked to you about the format, but we'll do it formally on air. And interested to hear your plan, your game, what your game plan would be. So it's 18 holes, 2-man scramble, and then tomorrow, and then 9 holes best ball. So my thought is you have to go low on the scramble. Obviously, we're getting.
You have to.
Obviously, we're getting shots.
Yeah. What's the allowance? Do you know?
I'm not even sure. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But then it's 9 hole best ball. So we have to go low on the scramble and survive the best ball, maybe even get under par on best ball. And then the next day,
I'm thinking you guys got to go. I mean, is everybody playing in it?
It's a pretty loaded field, actually.
Oh, so you guys are screwed going in. I was gonna say
not everyone's getting shots though. Oh, the Eau Clairs and the Dubs,
true. Yeah. So you guys,
they might be giving them back.
Well, yeah, they might have to pay it back. I'd say you guys got to probably go 10 under for the scramble.
That's what
I would think 10, 11, 12, somewhere around there.
Mm-hmm.
And then hope you and your dad get a net birdie on best ball, maybe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To bring it to like 13 or 4, to bring it to 13 or 14 or 12 or 13 or whatever. You know what I mean? It
also depends on what side we're playing best ball. Because if we're playing the front 9 best ball, that's not bad. You can survive that.
Yeah, the front's not bad. Yeah, the back's a little more difficult.
Back is tough. You just do it 14, and obviously 13 is not easy, but so
14, 17, and 18.
I mean, 17 is going to be.
Oh yeah. Well,
who knows? Mix, I think. It sounds like they're doing it today. So anyway, but yeah, so looking forward to that. And then there's another 27 holes on Saturday if it doesn't rain. I think it's 18 hole. I think it's 18.
Oh, it's Friday, Saturday. It's not Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah, it's Friday, Saturday. 27 holes a day. So Saturday is 18 holes alternate shot, and then another 9 holes best ball. Or it might be 9 holes best ball first, and then 18 holes alternate shot, whatever it is. So alternate shot sucks, but hopefully we'll be.
I play alternate. Me and my brother-in-law play alternate shot well.
Yeah, well, you guys can come substitute for us.
Yeah,
celebrity
9 holes. Let's go. Oh Christ.
So there is that, and I don't know what else is going on in the local world, but obviously not a ton. As you get ready for October, Halloween, and all that other good stuff. So anyway, that's pretty much all we got. Unless you got something else to add, we have. Hope everyone enjoys the weekend. We'll keep you posted on our golf rounds over the next few days. Hopefully, maybe me and my dad will sneak out a win. Could be exciting. Hopefully, we're in contention after the first day. That's all I ask. Just let's play for something on Sunday. I mean Saturday. That's all.
Let's see if I can go 1 under through 2 today.
1 under through 2. Bets are
1 under through 2.
The sports books are now open to bet.
I'll take even. I'll take even through 2. I don't even need the birdie.
First 2 holes that he usually kills and then falls apart. So
absolute disgrace.
All right, everybody. That's what we got. This is the Golf Dudes Podcast. Thanks again for following along and this continued support. Stay tuned to the website for more content. Do the survey if you haven't done it. Do it. If you have done it, send it out to your friends who you're trying to continue to build up responses and data. So we already gotten some great data from it, really cool stuff. So keep going with that and keep an eye out for some other projects that we have coming up in the next few months. Super exciting stuff. But thanks everybody for tuning in. Hope you all have a great weekend and good luck to all your respective football teams. This is the Golf Dudes Podcast. We will talk to you next week. Bye-bye.